So yesterday we have finished Act 3, Scene 1, wherein the love affair between Miranda and Ferdinand was progressing gradually, and Prospero silently supporting it and feeling happy. So today we shall begin Act 3, Scene 2. You have Act 3, Scene 2 and Scene 3 to complete. So we start with Act 3, Scene 2. It's going to be very humorous one because the continuation of what we have stopped earlier about the bottle, the butt, and Caliban plotting against Prospero and joining hands with Stefano and Tringulo, thinking that they are gods. So, continuation of that, there will be a lot of fun. Take page number 80, 80, page number 80, Act 3, Scene 2. Are you able to hear me? Just lift your hands, raise your hands, please, if you are able to hear me. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, okay, right. Introduction. Caliban, Stefano, and Tringulo are still drinking. Caliban now sees a chance of taking revenge on his master and tells Stefano that he can lead him to Prospero's cell, where Stefano can get rid of him, that is Prospero, while the latter sleeps. We have already seen that was the plot. Caliban had made a request to Stefano and Tringulo that they put an end to Prospero so that he can accept Stefano and Tringulo as his masters, especially Stefano. So he had promised so many things to them if they could destroy Prospero completely. He had promised them so many good things. So now they are on the way. Thus, Stefano can become king of the island and marry Miranda. So that is one of the offers. So many things are offered by Caliban. One of the things is that he can marry the beautiful daughter of Prospero, Miranda. Ariel, who has been listening all this time, leads the conspirators away by the sound of his tabor and pipe. So music is the one which leads them. And now he plays on the music and changes their direction. The conspirators are led away by the sound of his tabor and pipe. So now Ariel is leading them. So Ariel will take care of them. Scene 2, another part of the island. Enter Caliban, Stefano, and Tringulo. Stefano, tell not me when the butt is out, we will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and board them. Seven monster, drink to me. So Stefano, as usual, is very witty, very humorous. He says, tell not me. When the butt is out, we will drink water. Not a drop before. When the drink is over, you tell me. The container is over. When all the drink is out, please tell me. Till then, nobody should drink water. Only when everything is over, we shall drink water. Therefore, bear up and board them. Seven monster, drink to me. So, therefore, bear up and board them, meaning press close and attack them. Press close and attack them. Board them is attack them. Bear up is press close. That means keep drinking, till it is over. Only when it is over, we shall have water. Tringulo, servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there is but 5 upon this isle. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brained like us, the state totters. So Tringulo is always fooling Caliban, finding fault with him. And he has always a kind of humorous tone. Tringulo says, servant monster, the folly, that is a fool, the folly of this island. So he gives him a nickname to Caliban, that is the folly, the fool of this island. They say there is but 5 upon this island. On this island, supposed to be 5 people. We are 3 of them. That is Stefano, Tringulo, and Caliban. If the other 2 be brained like us, the state totters. Brained like us, meaning is given there in the same condition of brain. What is the condition of their brain now? These 3 is quite, they are fully up to the brim, they have drank. So, very, very high spirited they are now. So now he says, if the other 2 also have the same sort of brain, then the state totters, the state will shake. Because already their heads are whirling. So they have drank so much, so they are feeling everything is just rotating like that. So Tringulo says, if the other 2 are also like us, then surely the state will shake. Stefano, drink, servant monster, when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head. So Stefano adds a little more humor and he tells Caliban. Caliban goes on drinking. He's very much fascinated by the drink. He says, go ahead. Keep on drinking. Don't stop. When I bid thee, everything. Now I am asking, bid me to say, tell somebody or say. As long as I keep telling you, you keep drinking. Thy eyes are almost set in thy head. Here the meaning of eyes set on the head means when people drink too much, the eyes will come out. It will be bulgy. You have seen, you remember the poem you had in the 10th class about TV, watching television. After some time, the eyes will come out, watching too much. Like that, when you drink too much also, your eyeballs will bulge and it will be looking like that, eyes will come out. That's what he's saying. Drink, servant monster, when I bid thee, thy eyes are almost set in thy head. It has almost climbed up like. Tringulo, where should they be set else? He were a brave monster, indeed, if they were set in his tail. So Tringulo has very good fun. So he says, when Stefano said his eyes, Caliban's eyes are set on the head. Normally eyes is on the head only, where else it can be set? If it were to set on his tail, that would have been marvelous. That's what Tringulo says. Stefano, my man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore. 35 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standards. So Stefano is in his full swing of humor. And Stefano says, my man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. Sack is wine. Man monster is Caliban. Caliban hath drowned his tongue in sack. Caliban is not responding. Though Tringulo is trying to poke him, trying to cut some humor. Caliban is not replying because he is fully sunk in drinks. For my part, So Stephanus says, I'm all right. Nothing will happen to me. Caliban is strong, but for me, no problem. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam, you know, I swam across the sea and escaped. What do you think about me? Here I could recover the shore 530 leagues off and on. Before I could reach the shore, how far did I cover? 530 leagues off and on. You know, league is a huge distance. It's a measurement in the sea. So it's a huge distance. Normally to measure the fathom, that is the depth of the water. So much distance I covered. So much distance. A league is a distance of about 3 miles. So I 530 leagues off and on. That means so many kilometers. I just swam like that. You know, nothing can trouble me. I can escape from any danger. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard. Standard is flag. So this is all connected with the ship. Ship has got a flag and a ship has got a light. You have lighthouses close to the shore of the sea. You have lighthouses. Lighthouse is the direction for the ship, so that the ship does not lose its way. So lighthouses are very tall, built on the seashore, so that from far away from the sea they can see the light. So the light becomes the direction for the ship. And flag is the one which is the identity of each nation or each ship. So looking at the flag, you can find out whose ship it is, either which country or which company. So by this light thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard. He is like a big fellow. Stefano is commanding. So you will be my lieutenant, Caliban, or my standard, or my flag. You are either light or the flag. That means you will lead us. You will lead me. Tringulo, your lieutenant, if you list, is no standard. So he's playing on the word. Shakespeare is playing on the word standard. Standard has two meanings. One meaning is standard is flag. Another meaning of standard is certain level of dignity. Certain level of dignity. So your lieutenant, you want to make this Caliban your lieutenant. If you list means if you like, I would like to tell you, if you like it, you take it. Otherwise, it's okay. He is no standard at all. He has no standard. He is below standard because he is a filthy creature. He keeps on drinking and you are thinking you are God. He is considering you as God. Such fellow has got no standard at all. And how will he become your lieutenant? Stefano. We will not run Monsieur monster. Monsieur is normally it's French or Italian. It's addressed to great people, calling somebody as with respect, like sir. We will not run Monsieur monster. So Stefano gives a lot of importance to Caliban and considers him as somebody great because he hopes that he will have great gains by accepting him as his slave. Tringulo, nor go neither, but you will lie like dogs and say nothing neither. Nor go neither. Go is walk. Nor walk neither, but you will lie like dogs and yet say nothing neither. That is, you expect him to lead you. He will not be able to even walk. but you will lie like dogs and yet say nothing neither. Stefano, moon calf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good moon calf. So all this kind of fooling, Tringulo goes on fooling Caliban, finding fault with him. Stefano goes on praising him, but Caliban is not replying at all. No answer
हाँ
at all.
20 होता है
Somebody has somebody's please mute yourself.
चुप हो
Some noise disturbing us.
चुप
Hello? Please check your mic. Okay. So now since Caliban is not replying at all, Stefano is prompting him. He is encouraging him to speak. He says, moon calf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good moon calf. So you remember earlier he had called him moon calf because speaking, he considered him as a man coming from the moon. Caliban believed that Stefano has come down from the moon. So he calls him moon calf because it's a moon calf is a kind of creature that is a half monster and half human. So moon calf, once in thy lifetime just talk. At least once you talk. If you beest, if you are the good moon calf. If you are good moon calf, speak at least once. Caliban. So now he speaks. How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I will not serve him who is not valiant. Valiant is brave, fearless. Brave or fearless. So he speaks and spoke so well. So well he spoke. What did he say? How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. So he is completely flat, completely surrendering himself to Stefano. He says, I will lick your shoe. Lick somebody's shoe or lick somebody's leg is the meanest thing he can do. Normally, dogs will come and lick your feet because it wants to show the faithfulness. Licking feet is a sign of faithfulness. So he says, I shall lick your shoe. I will not serve him. He is not valiant. I shall not serve him who is not brave. He is a fearful fellow. Who is that? Most probably referring to Prosper. Caliban. Sorry, Tringulo. Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am encased to Jasil, a constable. Why? Thou debauched fish. Thou, was there ever man, a coward, that has drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster? So, you remember that was a basic understanding of Tringulo. Tringulo had smelled him like an old fish. So he called him always half fish and half monster. So Tringulo is always very straightforward. He tells things on the face. So he says, you fellow, you are calling Prospero a fearful fellow. Thou liest. You are lying. Most ignorant monster. Ignorant is one who has no knowledge of anything. I am encased to Jasil, a constable. Jasil means to collide. To collide. That is, you fight with a policeman. You come across a policeman, collide with somebody, or shove, push a policeman, or encounter. If you were, I am engaged to encounter a constable. Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am engaged to Jasil, a constable. Why? Thou debauched fish. Debauched is immoral. Immoral fish. Thou was there ever man a coward that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster? So what Tringulo is trying to say is Caliban is saying a big lie. Though Tringulo is drunk and he is full, still he is able to make out what is what. So what Tringulo says is that Caliban is a big liar and he is not true to himself. Caliban, lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord? Wilt thou let him, my lord? So now Caliban is finding solace in Stephano. Stephano has come across him as a god, and Stephano is always in favor of him. So he makes a complaint to Caliban. Caliban makes a complaint to Stephano saying, Tringulo is fooling me. Please put him in his place.